How you doing, guys? This is Dr. G with Be Organic with Dr. G. Back at another video with you guys here at the beginning of 2020. Can't believe we're even in this brand new era, new year. 2019 went so quickly, but it's a new year, new me, new you, new everybody. And today's video, we're gonna talk about what age is too young to get adjusted, right? So this video is for all of my fellow parents. As a doctor, one of the coolest things that we get to do as a chiropractor is work on little kids. And because they experience so many different injuries throughout their life, I think the statistic is that they fall like 1,000 times before they're the age of 5, or maybe it's 5,000 times before they're the age of 1. Either one, that's a lot of falls, right? So as a fellow parent, one of the biggest concerns is this safe for my child, right? Everything we do is, I want to keep my kid safe, I want to keep my child safe, and make sure I'm doing as much as I can to keep them safe, happy, healthy, fed, and everything. And also to make sure that they can prosper through life. So the answer to the question is, it is never too early to get adjusted. And I'll give you as an example. One of my other videos that you can go back and look and see, I adjust my daughter, my youngest daughter, and she at the time was 13 months old. She has been adjusted since day one, 12 hours old, and mind you, it is a much different adjustment than you and I receive. It is literally just the amount of pressure to change the color of my fingernail right there. And it's just a press and hold. But the birth process is such a traumatic experience. It's one of the most traumatic experiences we go through in the majority of our life. And it can throw the body out of alignment just like that from the beginning. So we want to make sure that we give our kids the best start to their life as possible. And one of the ways we do that is making sure that their spine is as aligned and as movement free as possible. Because when you have those joints that are restricted, they can restrict the amount of information that goes through that nervous system. Yes, you have a brand new nervous system, but you put the weight of a dime on a nerve and now it's restricted by 60%. That's a lot. And in a newborn, that everything is trying to learn how to fire and communicate for the first time, that can mean the difference between a baby that sleeps or a baby that doesn't sleep, or a baby that's colic or a baby that's not colic. Another example, I had another child that was 6 weeks old, and this child has not been able to sleep for more than, I believe it was 20 minutes by themselves, or 2 hours with the parent constantly holding them that whole time. And the first day that we adjusted them, they ended up sleeping 12 hours. Now, mind you, could you imagine having a headache for the first 6 weeks of your life and not being able to do anything about it? And then when it finally goes away, you're so exhausted that you just are knocked out for the rest of that day. And that's a lot of the times what happens with these newborns or little kids. When they get adjusted that first time, they sleep great that night. Even adults, they get adjusted the first time, they sleep great that night. Now, a couple other benefits we've had so far, just in the last year, we've kept 2 children, both around the age of 1 to 1.5, from having tubes put in their ears. Literally scheduled appointments to have the tubes put in their ears because of chronic ear infections. Fluid in their ears for about 4 months. And that appointment was scheduled, and within a month, they went back for that pre-surgery checkup. The ears were completely dry. And we didn't do anything more than adjust them. Yeah, we gave them some advice about some oils and stuff like that, but nothing crazy, no voodoo stuff. Nothing wrong with voodoo stuff, but basically the biggest impact that we did was adjusting them. And because of the way that the tubes are in the ears when a child is born, they're more up like this instead of being down like this. As we get older and they have a hard time draining, that fluid stays in there and it creates that infection. So a couple major keys to getting our kids adjusted, no matter what age. It boosts their immune system. If your kid is in school, they're constantly getting sick. I know mine gets sick just about every other week. But because they do get sick, they get adjusted, and they get adjusted sometimes 2 or 3 days in a row when they do get that bad sick. But by the 4th day, usually they're over that sickness instead of that typical 7 days. I just had a mother come in today that said, I notice when my child needs their adjustment because their behavior changes. They become a little bit more rambunctious. They're bouncing off the walls. After they get adjusted for the next few days, for the rest of the week really, they're great. They're calm, they're able to do everything that they need to do, and they're not just bouncing off the walls like anything. And it's over a period of time that she noticed that. So the answer to the question, again, is it's never too early. As a parent, we're trying to do the best thing for our children, and chiropractic really is one of them. Please, if you have any more questions, please put them in the comments. Shoot us a message. I love doing this for you guys. I appreciate all the input that you guys have, all of you watching us. If you want to take a look at all of the videos, you can either find it on Facebook at the Joint Chiropractic Dr. Phillips in the videos tab, or you can find it on my YouTube channel, Be Organic with Dr. G, if you don't use Facebook. All right, thank you guys. It's been great. Take care.